Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. It's eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I'm here with another intuitive message. Keep it in mind, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hear the song, ooh baby I love your way. I don't know what that's about, but let's see. I don't have too many intuitive hits. I have a bunch of things, and actually I do have a lot of different hits, but I want to see what the cards say in response to it. So actually this supposed to go on this side. West side. Your overall energy. The Page of Pentacles. Okay. And what's clarifying that is Eight of Cups. What's eating Gilbert's grapes? Okay. I'm just going. The self-care card, deep breathing. 19 could be significant. Actually, 19 breaks down to a 10. And dance. So you have deep breathing, dance. I just feel like you want to get away from something. Book clients. My declaration of my deck for declaration of independence. My entrepreneur deck. Focus on booking your clients with enough. Focus on booking your calendar with enough clients to reach your monthly income goal. And speak. Take the center stage. I feel like this is the most important card of them all. Speak at events, conferences, and workshops. Share your messages and transform lives through your work. And I feel like that's what you did, embarking on a new journey with the Page of Pentacles and deep breathing. Eight of Cups. You walked away from something you've been heavily invested in for quite some time. And I feel like you just said no more. Okay, but focus on booking your calendar. I feel like you're not really into meeting new friends. You're swapping out your friends for your business colleagues. That's what I feel like. By focusing on your work, taking the center stage, speaking at events can also mean speaking on a public platform, speaking on a podcast, as well as speaking at events and conferences. And I feel like somebody books parties or does what's those things that people do? They show up at parties and things like that for a fee. They make appearances. That's what I mean. Somebody's a fluent French speaker. Somebody's fluent in the French language and dance. Yeah, that's what makes me feel like somebody makes appearances. Somebody's an excellent entertainer. Not just with their words, but just their whole vibe, just their talent. You're well groomed. Everybody wears lace fronts, but I feel like I get that from this picture. Everybody has a different color hair and nice outfits on. I want to talk about the deep breathing. Give me one on the deep breathing. Council of Light. Divine orchestration helpers in the subtle realm. I don't know if it's a sense of overwhelmed or just you're so emotionally checked out, I feel like. But at the same time, I still feel like it's some sense of overwhelmingness where it's calling you to change your energy. Where you're asking for guidance. Like you're going to people and talking to people about what you've been feeling. And I feel like your ancestors also come to you intuitively as well. And on the bottom is the initiation, the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I don't think this is as simple as transitioning the way you make money, but this is also you coming out of that dark night of the soul and just taking creative accountability over your life and over your business. If it's any kind of stalemate, I don't think you're walking away from the business that you're in. I just feel like you're revamping it. I would say that you're more fixated on it rather than dividing your your energy. You split your energy into so many different things, into so many different ways. It creates poor results, as they say. I feel like I really feel like I'm speaking to a group of people who make appearances, like in the hip hop industry, or just somebody who's an influencer. That's what it looks like. Or you're being called to do that. Like, you're wondering how you can go about doing it, and you're seeking counsel. You're praying on it because you're trying to figure out a way to advance your brand or your business, or just get your name out there with whatever you specialize in. All right, so one on dance. Give me one on dance. I feel like that one's self-explanatory because that shifts your energy. That's movement, that's exercise, that's illumination. There's a yellow dot. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's at the top of the card. And this is a mass communicator. This is somebody who's thoroughly educated and who would do well writing books, publishing books, as well as speaking, and then speaking about it. So this is like somebody who could write a script for a show or for a movie or just for reading material. This is somebody who needs, if you haven't already, create a magazine or some form of reading material that's witty, funny, entertaining, sarcastic, the whole shebang. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, this is a way of marketing. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. I can't say I'm all the way sure what that means just yet, about what you're calling your power back from, but we'll get into it. Let me see, I need more information. Booking clients. Focus on your booking. Yes, just say yes. Okay. And on the bottom is pillar of light. You've got the energy, you've got the juice, you've got the count, you've got your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. This could be for somebody who does readings as well, and it's just telling you to just do things. I don't want to say full on isolate yourself. I don't mean it in such a broad interpretation, but really distance yourself. I feel like you are anyway with the Eight of Cups. You're distancing yourself from people who just really take too much from you energetically, and they don't contribute to your business or anything that you're about and what you want to do with your life moving forward, and what you've been wanting to do with your life, what you've been doing with your life. I want to say the past 1 to 3 years. How have you been revamping and shaping yourself to be better? Not just about finance, it's just about passion. It's about doing what makes you feel good and doing what makes you happy. And you realize you've been splitting your energy too much and you're not doing that anymore. And it doesn't matter who doesn't like it. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. Yeah, you're saying yes to anybody who wants to take you out on a date, anybody who wants to hang out that's more aligned with what you do. Even if it's not exactly the same career move, but it's more aligned with where you're going. Preferably other business savvy people. Why would you ever say no to them, right? And it's not about opportunists, it's about keeping you're just doing everything that raises your vibration is high, so you're attracting better. And you realize you connect the dots with that. It's really common sense, self-explanatory. Page of Pentacles, pillar of light. When you put those two together, it really just says you're so focused on yourself that you don't make time, not just for negativity, you just don't make time for anybody. You give people a chance to miss you. And that's where I think the Eight of Cups is emotionally burnt out. Like, you done put so much into things that are frivolous. It really doesn't matter as much as you might have felt like it did, or you didn't. You just end up going the wrong direction. And you have to leave off of that. You have to take a creative accountability. If you want to see different results, you have to change. Simple as that. Then when you put the Eight of Cups with the Pillar of Light, that's a dual. It's pretty much saying the same thing. To raise your vibration like that, you have to disassociate yourself, and you also have protection. Call back your power. You're cutting the cords from people who just boring, in the sense that they're complacent with where they are. First of all, you're anything but complacent. The way these cards are laid out. One on speak. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. You gotta get away from people who's more needy on you than they need to be. And you have the No card. That's one of my Tower cards. See the lightning in the background? No. No is a complete sentence. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Focus on yourself. I feel like the no is to, what's the no for? I think they're saying no to energy vampires. That's what I feel like it is. Deep breathing exercises also changes your energy, just like dancing. It's a technique to dancing. Moving and breathing at the same time. It's a skill, like the entertainers who dance and sing. You have to have a certain breathing technique that probably goes with doing that for a whole 40 minutes to 2 hours for a show. Like Michael Jackson did 3-hour concerts. Beyonce does concerts like that too that are long like that. And you have to have excellent breathing and dancing. Like running, you have to breathe correctly to be able to run more extensively. If that makes sense. Okay. What's the Page of Pentacles? What could this, let me see. Seven of Wands in reverse. So your defenses are down. This is a Seven of Wands in the upright is blocking off, not caring with nobody's opinion, you fight a fighter. You know, someone who's warding off the influence of other people, places, and things. But when it's in reverse, it's like you have no defense. So you could have been standing in your own way, if that's clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're stopping your own flow, because the Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom. Your own craft. You've been kind of slowing down your own craft, and this is you being responsible for yourself. I saw the Hermit card as I was talking, and look what wanted to pop out the deck. What's in your subconscious? Let me move these up. I feel like you're a person who treats boredom like a nightmare, as you should. It's like, this is not what I had carved out. This is not what I had in mind when I wanted to meet new people. Let me just move all that up there. Yeah, let's talk about it. Eight of Pentacles is my hustler card. And you notice in this illustration, she's sitting on a book, an open book, and she's dressed like a ballerina. But she has like some kind of it's like some kind of froth or something that's around her. Like some kind of I don't know if it's a spirit or just her aura, her work ethic. Yeah, I think you've been in hermit mode for too long. Unexpectedly. I don't know if just social, being trying to build a business on a social media platform has not worked out for you. And it kind of affected, it did something to your spirit in a sense, if you will. It kind of played on you in a negative light. And now you're coming out of that. And it kind of stopped you from attracting people, the right clients. All right, what flipped over is the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. That's in the subconscious. I think the overall energy will be a Six of Pentacles. Let's do it like that. King of Cups. Man, King of Cups is someone who's emotionally intelligent, mature. You know, they don't let their emotions get the best of them. They handle themselves well in the face of adversity and things that bother you, but it's a little bit contradictory to what this is saying about being in the hermit mode. That's innate wisdom that's going within, but usually the hermit is the emperor in reverse. So maybe from you being in hermit mode, you've learned to control your emotions better. That makes sense. You've learned some breathing techniques. You've been seeking counsel. You've been seeking outside help instead of trying to do everything yourself, because this did a number on you. It did something to your ego. Obviously, if the hermit card is here, the entrepreneur is boss. So this particular boss went into some kind of dark night of the soul. They had to go through that to raise their vibration. Yeah, you were definitely way too controlling. You didn't want to. I don't want to see things from a different perspective. Sometimes when you're the leader or you're in control of your own life, you are fixated. Like the Emperor is Aries energy, but it's also Scorpio energy. And you can be fixated on, being fixed is slow to, you're very slow to change. It's like you don't want to try anything new. That's what I feel like this dance card is here, this age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Yeah, you got back in touch with yourself. And I think you're going to speak about it publicly. Like, laugh at my pain. I see Kevin Hart clearly laugh at my pain. How he talks about his own personal life a lot. And I feel like that's going to be your new material. Remember how I said revamp? You're revamping something about yourself, and it raise you feeling better about yourself. You went into healing. I don't want to say self-medicated, but you did what you have to do. 7. Yeah, Queen of Cups is on top of the 7 of Wands. You could have been a pushover before. Just too many influences in the mix. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as they say. I hear that very clearly. But you have a suit. You have a King and a Queen of Cups. But that could be you balancing your masculine and feminine energy to get your work done, to get better results. You could have been way too receptive in your day, and now you have to take creative accountability. Take accountability. But there's a lot of earth energy here too. You got the 6, 8, and 9 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So it's very progressive energy. Ooh, baby, I love you. Somebody's more in love with themselves. They like what they see now. You are like becoming like your own worst critic. And that can lower your vibration. That's very negative. Ooh, baby, I love you. Who's the man that sang that? Thompson. That song came out in 1975. That could be significant. The year is 1975. But then somebody else, Will of Power, re-sing it. Maybe in 94. That could be significant too. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords. It could have been somebody giving you bad advice, or you're just influenced by someone or a person, place, or a thing that is unrealistic, illogical. It was illogical of you. Maybe you could have been looking up to people who are more successful, and it was just the way they do things kind of played on you in a way. I had a justice card flip right out on my lap. And it flipped out in the upright, actually. Knight of Cups in the upright is moving forward. But in reverse, that's very manipulative. I don't know if there's an influence around you that it feels like somebody around you, just their natural way is just codependent, a little bit needy, a lot, very selfish. And the Justice card is here and is balancing out the scales. We are in Libra season, so that could be significant. I got the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of my deck. It's in reverse as well. You reap what you sow. I don't know. I can't tell if it's you or somebody else. Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is somebody who is well-spoken, intellectual, disciplined, in control of her emotions. Probably been manipulated before, but that's a divorcee. Whether you have to, that's the person, that's a warrior. That's somebody who cut anybody off at the door when they smell bullshit. Queen of Swords and the Justice card is here. Ace of Wands. Whoa, Ace of Pentacles fell out in reverse. Alright, this is saying something. And the Temperance card is on the bottom. Hold on, let me get one more card. I think I know what this is. Because this is two people. This king and this queen represents two different people, two different friends in your life. And they are a lot alike. And they played the same, they did, ooh. When I split the deck, the Seven of Swords and the the Seven of Swords in the upright, Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah. I'm taking it. Because it's catering to what I feel like is trying to say. Hold on, let me put these over here. Alright, so I feel like the Six of Pentacles is you. You was already on a path of working on yourself. Then you met some people and they basically got in your way. Somehow they managed to slip through the cracks and they got in your way. It almost feel like they were working they are on the same page about what they were trying to do in regards to you, which will slow you down or hold on to you for dear life. What that means is they saw you going places in life and they pulled on your heartstrings, perhaps wanted to go with you. They started strategizing and plotting, and in a way that where they could be a part of, like close enough to you or embedded in your life where you wouldn't think to leave them behind. Codependent energy is what is giving me. That's what this Knight of Cups is giving me in reverse. But two of these aces is in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So manipulative, like the Seven of Swords is strategizing, being deceptive. I think the lying, the stealing, and the cheating part of it comes from, is really about, they wanted to break down your defenses. Both of them are jealous of you, but for different reasons. Both are very petty. Both are broken spirited. They may even get along with each other. Y'all may run in the same social group or just know of each other. But they wanted to hustle you. This is spiritual and tangible. They were trying to block your crown chakra. They were manipulating energy. Alright, so this dance part gives me a different perspective. So it gives me Santeria vibes. Whether they went to somebody or they think they know what they were doing. But that's bringing in deities, entities. Is bringing in a different energy. You were picking up on it with the deep breathing card. Your ancestors were with you, but they were catalysts. Like it happened for you, not to you, not to make you sound too victimized. It's not really meant for you to feel like a victim. But it pulled something to the surface that was in you, that needed to be healed some more. This is about learning where you still need to grow. That's the lesson in it. But these people, they did a number on you, and you had to heal. I'm saying you have to heal currently, moving forward. Like it put you in a position to have to heal. Because they were a bit of a distraction. You're meant to talk about it. You're not necessarily say names so people could sue you, but you're meant to talk about it. You're a person of integrity. Like if somebody do you wrong, you won't go blast them. But you're meant to speak on it because for the experience of it, you're meant to use it as material to teach other people how to protect their energy, how to establish a backbone moving forward, how to establish a healthier self-esteem through things like that. So when people like that cross your path, because the devil's always going to tempt you. He's always going to use people to tempt you. You know, you don't have to go through so much before you realize something is wrong. And these people try to block your crown chakra. They try to confuse you, like bog you down, like mentally, like mental fog is what I'm seeing with this. If you could look close, it look like fog around her. You just got to a point where you were so drained, like just so over it, like, you know what? Something ain't adding up right. I'm not really comfortable in this situation. It's like your intuition was screaming to you, you need to go retreat. You need to distance yourself from these people because they see you going places and they want to go with you, yet stop you at the same time. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what they were doing. So with the Queen of Swords here, you have with the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The King of Cups serves the purpose of somebody who, it has a dual message. Because that's one of the people, that's one of the energies that's floating around in your energy. If you've been feeling heavier lately, like more tired, feeling bogged down, that's one of the energies. They're very jealous of you. It's a gnat, what the hell, or a fruit fly, whatever the hell that shit is. Excuse me. Buzzing around me. Which is illustrating my point. This Queen of Cups really is like laying it on thick with you with the manipulation. Just a player. I feel like both energies are players in their own right. And they are like working with that. Like I feel like the Queen of Cups is hustling you a lot more. Like I feel like you caught on to both, but slowly but surely, this one is more. She's put, like, women, I guess, put more thought into it, or just more of a thinker. This Queen of Cups is not lazy. She's doing everything she can to break down your barriers. What does she want? What I want to know, I want to amplify more on what she hopes to accomplish. Like, what is the point? But it's a no-go. Like, justice is here with the Ace of Pentacles. That's tangible, and the Ace of Swords is here. So someone, I feel like they were trying to confuse you, and the jealousy part, the competition part. You could be. Obviously, she can't convince you you're not beautiful, but she's trying to make you, you know how you spoil a baby, like make the baby fat and lazy and make them spoiled and codependent, comfortable around you, so you don't even see what this person's doing. Like, she's not mean about it at all. But I think this King of Cups was more like obvious, because they weren't that creative when it's all said and done. This Queen of Cups is a motherfucker. I'll just say that. Where the King of Cups was just unrequited with his shit. He became very obvious. He was trying to take more pentacles from you to leave you with 6. If you're a 9 of Pentacles, that's pre-Emperor, pre-Empress energy. I feel like you took a hit. Abundantly took a hit somewhere in your life. It doesn't always have to be financial. It could be you just needing a mental break. And I feel like you took a hit and needed to rest. That's what the initiation card is here. That darkness, coming out of that darkness back into higher frequency. But that's also why you're being called to cut cords with people, cut ties with these people. Because they're actually slipped in there. They're energy vampires. They're like succubus, incubus energies. But they're meant to do that, to slow you down, to weigh you down. Like, I see the 10 of Wands, even though it's not out here. But it's very, very strategic and calculated. Like, but I'm not sure. I don't think at first these two realize. I think at some point along the lines, these two realize they're after the same thing. I think they're both in love with you, and I think the Queen of Cups energy, the feminine energy, is more obvious in that way. But the King of Cups, that's in reverse. That's an egomaniac. That's a player, of course, just like the Queen of Cups, but this is somebody who plays macho, like, yeah, whatever, I'm too cool to show love, kind of thing. And it just got a little distorted along the way. The Wheel of Fortune. The Market. When I look at this card, I see a merchant. I feel like that's you. I didn't even peep that this says French Market in the background. You can't see it, but that's what it says. I feel like that's you. I don't feel like you should be trusting anybody while you're working on yourself and trying to get someplace in life. I feel like what you're called to do, you have been training for it for lifetimes. I feel like you have the power to get. I dropped the cards and the 7 of Swords came out in this deck too. It's a lot of cards, but I'm going to put it back. So, what does this person want? Like, what are they after? I feel like it's fool's gold energy, but I think they're both in love with you. And you're called to get away from them. Cut the cords, like, cut them off. Postpone even making new friends right now. Tell me about Six of Cups. The Temperance, healing. The World card is on the bottom. This does call for celebration for you. What's the point of these people like hanging on to you? Tell me more. Like, this is spiritual warfare, obviously. You're also being called to move in silence. The more you prolong cutting the cords, you're slowing down your own abundance at this point. You in your own way. Four of Wands, Five of Cups. Knight of Swords. It's not really the time to be in your feelings. Five of Cups is despair, you know, crying over spilled milk, regret. But the Four of Cups is all of these are in the upright. Four of Cups, Three of Swords, Page of Swords. I feel like this is in, okay, for the masculine energy, it's pretty cut and dry. You don't have nothing to do with that person. You already have been taking your power back. But for this other person, it's in their subconscious that this thing, is a farce friendship. It's farce because it's built on manipulation and it's built on manipulation and lies. It's not, the person has deeper rooted attachments, has attachment issues and emotional instabilities, and it's going to cause a whole problem. I see a lot of drama. Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Three of Swords. Page of Swords is research. It also talks about legal documents. You may, and a Knight of Swords. This is somebody who's quick on their feet, like a thinker. Look what else came out. Five of Wands. You have to fight. You see where this is like real, like it's tugging on you so much. Like, I'll give you an example. The older we are, when you're born, you know, before you're born, the God blows the spirit into your body when the mother is 120 days pregnant. The angel comes and blows the spirit into the baby's body. Now the baby has, and then when you're born, you know, you grow up as you get older. Say you pass, the older you get, your soul attaches to your body more and more, right? So if you die as a grown person or mature person, it's a little bit more painful to detach that spirit from your body. This is a little bit of religious knowledge. Like, this person, I'm called to explain it like that because this person has unhealthy attachments to you, and it's going to cause a lot of like soap opera, like emotional imbalance. Like, it's real heavy. Like, you're really good. Like, this person's heart is like legit gonna be broken. That he or she, it don't have to, gender's not specific. It's just, I'm reading the energies. That this person, or this is also the masculine energy too. Like, you're picking up on both of their energy. Like, she feels something's disconnecting. Like, she feels something coming to the end, and she's thinking of some way to keep up with you, to keep with you. This person has codependencies, obviously. You're called to stand your ground. Like, you have to stand your ground. Like, this is for you, for your own health and the betterment of you. Or this is draining you. Like, if you've been having like breathing issues, like there's pressure here. There's a lot of pressure here because of it. Like, there's a lot of jealousy. There's even competition. There's an underlying competition. But this person is only doing all this shit is because they like you. You know what I mean. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Wands. Now, if you look at this Queen of Wands, even the snake is captivated with her. Like, she's irresistible. But most Queen of Wands are. And if you see all these swords on the board, how this person is thinking, strategizing as to what to do, trying to figure out a way. Like, they may even try to go into business with you to keep ties with you, or any kind of like binding contract that ties you two together. This person is strategizing. They're trying to stay with you. One on the Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this fruit is not going to grow. Like, I feel this is health, mental health. You have to feel like your mental health is going to decline. And so is your finances, obviously. This person is attached to your spirit or has an attachment on them, and that attachment is in love with you. And that's the end goal. They're trying to make you fall in love. They fall in love with you. So they're trying to break down your resistance. And a snake. If it hits like a snake and it slithers like a snake, it's a snake. It's somebody who's not honest. King of Cups, Six of Swords, King of Wands. This is also the King of Pentacles too. I think the only king that's not out here is the King of Swords. But it is a lot of swords out here. And these cards flew out. This actually gives this is very concerning energy. These emotions are very mature. The lying part of it is, on the surface, y'all seem real cool. When there are kings and queens on the board, and aces are in reverse. These are mature feelings when it's kings and queens, because they can also serve as parental figures, which can be parental figures for some of you that have attachments on them that were toxic, and you've outgrown them. And that's the overall energy for you, is that you've outgrown the connections, family, friends, anything that has nothing to do with, that's not in alignment with what makes you happy moving forward. And this has took a big toll on you with these aces in reverse. But these people are not helping hands of the Most High like you. They're unaligned. Like, you must have spiritually evolved in some way, and it makes y'all physically incompatible, spiritually incompatible, you're emotionally incompatible, even mentally incompatible. Like, y'all just don't align with each other anymore. You've outgrown these people, and these people are defaming your character. They are unnecessarily holding on to you. Like, they don't have God's assistance. But you're showing up as a warrior, as the Queen of Swords. And you have the Justice card here. Even the Justice card has she has a sword in her hand. So these are older males. Energetically, I feel like it's a combination of men and women that are all up in your business and are having they have a difficulty with seeing you. They see you progress. It's like triggering them, and they are struggling because you were actually a catalyst for them too. Like something about you, you're detached. Like all that you, when you enter into somebody's life, a lot that people get a lot from you. Even if you don't realize your own power, people pick up on it. They know it's something different about you, and you separating yourself from these people is raising your vibration. Has made your vibration rise, and these people are really like struggling and going through it. And I'm not trying to say it like it's your problem, but I'm trying to say be careful, because they're still energetically. You may not physically talk to these people, or may have emotionally cut ties and even physically kept your distance, or be at a distance mentally, just not connected with nobody. But they're very much still trying to find ways to connect with you. And if this Queen of Wands is clarifying this Ace of Pentacles, these people are in their feminine energy, man and woman, and they're calling on entities to help them stay attached to you. That entity is what's attaching themselves to you, using these people. These people are using the entity, but they're getting more than what they bargained for, because this is your birthright to be successful. This is your birthright to take the center stage, to be a success, whether you're a merchant and if you have products, whether you're writing books or reading energy, like reading for people, being a counselor, offering any kind of physical service or any kind of service that's healing. Like you're utilizing your gifts in a public service type of way, and you're picking up on all this nasty energy, and it's got you out of whack in a sense, to where you felt like you had to go within, you had to retreat, like you were forced to retreat, to recalibrate yourself. And it's kind of slowing you down. It has slowed you down. I feel like this is past tense though. This part is past tense with slowing you down in regards to what you do for a living. And what I mean is, what are you passionate about? Which has that earning potential, you know, to provide, to take care of you, to create that passive income for you. And it will, and it's supposed to, obviously. So why should you be concerned about all these people? There's 3 people. 7 of Swords fell out again, and the Justice card is out again. Now, if you look at these illustrations, the Justice card of this deck says secret societies, and 7 of Swords. Mirroring you. Could be doing mirror magic. Could be copying you. A lot. Taking your material, taking your style, your mannerism. If you look at this card, this person's dressed a certain way, but if you look like at her face, she looks real like hard on the face, but she's dressing herself up to look like you. And she's looking in the mirror and she's practicing the etiquettes and the mannerism like you, to sound more like you, to be like you. Be careful, because what this is telling me is you have a few fatal attractions. And fatal attractions is just that. It's very dangerous. They are obsessed. We see it in the movies, like Single White Female, the movie with Beyonce, Obsessed. This lady, in the movie Obsessed, this lady wanted her husband But this really speaks about the movie Single White Female. This person, like, she mimicked this lady's everything. She cut her hair like her. She wanted to look just like her. She wanted to be just like her. She even went after her man, trying to make her man think, fall in love with her. She had to kill this lady I'm sorry to say it like that, but she had to take this lady down at the end. But that could be why this Five of Wands is here, and it's the Queen of Swords is here. You're picking up on it. You've been picking up on that energy where you're being attacked spiritually. You can feel it. You have dreams about it. You have intuitions about it. Your intuition is not lying. And on the bottom is the Ten of Wands. What I say? Didn't I say something about the Ten of Wands is bogging you down? Like you're burdened with too much responsibility. That's why you're called to retreat. That's why you're feeling like, I just need a break. I don't want to be around nobody. And you're trying to you're letting it be known that you don't want to be bothered. Like, you're speaking on it and you're acting on it. And these motherfuckers is like, hell no. How do I stay close to this person? I have to think of something. Like, this person's catching on. This is like the patient is trying to imitate the healer. And the healer is just being a healer. So they don't mean no harm to nobody. They're just doing God's work. But this person is not connected to God. They're doing this for all, for very like distorted reasons and intentions. Their intentions are bad. But they don't see it. They don't see themselves that way. They see things about you and they try to insert it in themselves. The crumbling. What are they clinging to? What are you clinging to? Like, this is a dirty job. And at the bottom, birthing new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That's what they see in you. They see that in you. And they're trying to hold on. Somehow they've convinced themselves, or they're being made to feel like it just triggers a lot of insecurities, obviously. Like, I don't know if somebody told them in their younger days that they weren't good enough, but they're trying to work your light. Like how you work your own light spiritually. It's like how you go out there every day, brave and confident, and you do your own thing. And you trying to work your light, but somebody's trying to work your light too. They're just trying to insert it in themselves. You have a lot of energetic upgrades, a new way of being. Like you're doing your own thing. Like, you're real focused on yourself. You're not really, at first you weren't really paying nobody attention like that. But then, like I said, with the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse in this particular deck, like, it's a no-go for this person. Like, you're planting seeds for yourself and watching it come into fruition. It's like they're switching the energies around to make you feel how they feel, to try to make you feel like you need them, but really they need you. But it's so much shape shifting here. Like, you can say you would have made a comment about something like, hey man, you know what? I just want to focus on my work for a while. This ain't really for me. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I just need some time to myself. And this person will try to create a narrative to make you look like an asshole, like you're shunning them. Like, they can come to you for counsel or come to you for your guidance or your light. This is where they're trying to work your light against you, trying to weaponize your light against you. And they come to you in a way where it's like real heavy. Like, damn, why is your life is not that fucked up? Like, you're close enough to know that this person's life is not as bad as they make it seem. They're just acting needy or attention starved or just looking for some instant gratification and trying to make you feel guilty about it, trying to break down your resistance about it, using emotions, using your emotions, your kind heart, your compassionate nature, your empathy is weaponized against you. This is a fucking narcissist, as you will, and God is not approving it with this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords. Like, they think they're going to take something from you. That's a negative, mentally as well as tangibly. They feel like if they study you enough, they can take from you and try to build something for themselves, but it's not them, it's you. It's not going to work for them because it's not authentic. Like, you can copy somebody, but you cannot steal their creativity. Everybody does not understand that. Like, be you is the moral of it. They birth in new creations by trying to cling to you. And this is another Tower card. You see that? Now, before, in the other cards, the Six of Cups was in the upright. But now the Six of Cups is coming out in this deck reversed. There's a disharmony. There's a disconnection. We are not the same. Wow. Look what flipped over. The Tower and the World. It's a completion. You were a catalyst for this person to straighten their act up, and they were given a chance to straighten their act up, and they didn't do it. Now God is blocking it. Like, he's shutting it down. Like, I warned you. You can't mess with the chosen ones. Like, you cannot take from them like that. I didn't instill that in you. I instilled that in them. If you want to be in a way that's like that, you have to do the work. And now this person, your energy went from like warm and fuzzy and compassionate. Now you're like real disciplined. I don't think it's icy, but it's just very, it's strategic. It's strategically, you're very disciplined. Like, you're showing no nonsense, like a disciple of tough love. Doesn't mean that they don't care, they're just showing you that tough love because that's what's needed at the moment. Somewhere there was an outing where there was a lot of dancing. There was a lot of entities too. And what was meant to be attached to you, it backfired. It never attached to you. It's like Teflon. It slid off of you. It just never touched you. That's the Tower moment. That's what it means. That's what the crumbling is. The World also means the world knowing your name, your wisdom. You're a worldly person. Like, your wisdom is out of this world. Your way of doing things, the way you do it, is out of this world. This is very captivating for people. People are drawn to you. People are they take to you in a very positive way. The positive, and look, the Judgment is here. The Sun is in reverse. The Moon is in the upright. How they say it? What doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. Yeah, this is a Phoenix rising for this person because they can't. That's a blessing for you to be like that. You really worked hard for years. I'm hearing 15 years, beyond 15 years. Like, you sat there and you diligently trained yourself you worked at yourself, you worked at your craft, you worked on your relationship with the Most High. Like, a lot of different things factor in, and your ancestors are not going for it. Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Cups. The illusion is over. Your secret is out. It's telling you to follow your tuition on one hand, and the other hand, it's like it's not what a person says, it's what they're not saying. Keep that in mind. It's never what the person's saying, it's what they're not saying. Pay attention. There's definitely something screwy with this person's emotional state, their well-being. They're not well. And they try to send entities to your house. I don't know where that came from, but be mindful. Make sure you pray when you leave and pray when you come in your house. That blocks off bad energy from roaming around your house, causing problems in your house. Especially when you have children. Yeah, this is very heavy. I'm sick of it already. Like, nobody has time for this. I mean, all you can do is just keep praying and keep trying to be happy. 3 of Cups flipped over. Let's talk about it. What is 3 of Cups? That's about harmonious. That's tea time. Somebody wants to sit in your face and have tea and crimpets with you like they're not fucking you over. Emotionally and spiritually, and they intellectually, why they know that what they're doing. They know, obviously. Like they almost borderline will try to bully you for what they need from you. Are you serious? 3 of Cups. Like they almost shove themselves or their ways or just however way they're showing up. They're very passive aggressive yet assertive, if that makes any sense. You have to say no. Like as you're doing what makes you happy, these are psychic attacks. That's negative thinking. Okay? This person is in torment because your vibration is higher. You know, you're doing what makes you feel good. You're detoxing your own damn body, your own system. You're drinking your tea or whatever it is you have that's healthy, your own remedies, your own regimens. You have health regimens that you follow, and little things like that go a long way. I feel like this person is struggling trying to keep up with you. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, so if it's in reverse, it's like overly material, like petty, like immature energy. The Knights are adolescence level energy. So this person could be, immature in that way, but stuck in transition. What they say, stuck in your second childhood. Yeah, and then you got this, that's right next to the 7 of Cups. Like they don't see, or they don't want you to see, they can never be you. How the hell are you made to feel guilty? Because you got the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They're not you. They're delusional, like they're off. Like they speak well, they're well spoken, but they're off. And the moon is right behind the 7 of Cups. And it's underneath the moon, and the world is on top of that. It's a wrap, like, for this person. This person knows it. That's why they send in energetic. It's like the nicer they are to you, the more they doing behind your back. The 3 of Swords is, hold up. I can't tell if that came out in reverse or in the upright. But here it is again. 3 of Swords. Put it back. See if it come back out again. Now, 3 of Swords in reverse could be you moving past heartbreak or just deeper into heartbreak. But that 3 of Swords is already on this board already. This is the second time I've seen it show up. This person has misplaced feelings. Already, they're heartbroken about other things in life. So it's the idea, what it's saying to me is they're already in a fragile state. So even though they're coming off some kind of a way, it's manipulative. They know they don't have nothing to offer because they're too fucked up as a person right now, and they're not handling it accordingly. They're being lazy, as a matter of fact. I think that's what the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, as well as the Knight of Cups. It's a lazy energy here, and it's negative thinking, negative self-talk. You might notice this person taking shots at you. Like, where the fuck that come from? If you're supposed to be, all buddy-buddy, they might be doing that to you. This person is like disoriented. Behind their world is being turned upside down. Internally, they're screaming. And this energy is so strong because it's in your energy. You're called to call back. You have to cut cords because you want to be careful not to take on that energy. Like, it's not, I know you're wise enough you're wise enough to know it's not you, but it's not your job to deal with that neither. Especially if the person doesn't even want to properly deal with it. What are you supposed to do about it? It's common sense, right? The Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, Six of Cups. This person sees end all be all with you, but in a way where all they're really doing is just studying you. They know you're going to cut them off or just eventually move on at some point. And not in a mean-spirited way. They just know you're going to move on at some point. They're just trying to take all they can get in the meantime. That's the truth. Like the lies that they tell, like they got it all together when they don't. The Pentacles represents health. That includes mental health. So when you have the Pentacles and the Swords together, that could be mental health, not right. Emotionally out of whack, absolutely. So now that we got that underway, advice. Cut the cords. That's number one. What's likely to happen if you're not careful? You always have free will, but this is a warning. This is a warning from the Most High. I could tell you right now, He's gonna block you because you're actually inheriting karma from somebody who's not trustworthy. Because you have to keep your distance from them. I'm hearing you survived worse. It's not that hard. But like I said, that Seven of Wands and that Queen of Cups is on top of that Seven of Wands. This person is really trying to break down your resistance. I feel like you're being manipulated, like you don't want to hurt their feelings. Hierophant. It's not. Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so if the Hierophant was in the upright, that can represent the Most High. And it can also represent a person, a leader of the community. It can represent long-term stability in an upright, but it's short-term. It's just not going to last. Page of Wands is in reverse. I told you that person not gonna take that shit well. They're gonna try to cuss your ass out. They're gonna try to defame your character. I don't know what the fuck. Like, you got the Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords is here again. Like, this motherfucker think they you already. Like, they already like hook, line, and sinker. Like, they hooked onto you. Like, they obsessed with you. Nah, see, putting all that together, it's like, nah. Like, it's not as simple as just telling this person, nah, I'm cool. You're gonna have to be strategic with this one. But something is ending with the World and the Tower here. Six of Cups, there's a disharmony, there's a disconnect. The The Wheel of Fortune is here again. Yeah, something is turning. I feel like this person the problem with this person, the reason the wheel is turning for this person is this person's time is up. Because they had ample opportunity to take accountability and they didn't. So now it's being taken for them. So you're being called to separate yourself, disassociate yourself to protect yourself. That's why I heard warning. I see like the word warning. Like this person, you gotta get out the way. Let God do his thing with this person, because this person is very like quick on their feet. You know, they got the gift of gab on what to say to keep something going. You know what I mean? They know how they study people enough. They're very intelligent. They study people enough to know what to say, the right trigger words, to break down to put this person's guard down, so that they can keep up the charade. The wheels is turning. It's not this. God is not. Do not ask God to bear witness. No shit like that. You can't even pray for this person, because leave off of what doesn't concern you. That's the bottom line. I split the deck and saw the 5 of Wands again. Actually, here you go. It's on the bottom now. Strength. Yeah, this person is coming for your character. You're a person of integrity, and you're not alone. So if you have been having like bad nerves or anxiety, problems with your breathing, heart palpitations, like the air gets real thick all of a sudden, this motherfucker is suffocating you energetically and spiritually, trying to like mentally confuse you or bog you down. Like this person is so freaking attached to you. This person need a fucking beat down. That's just my take on it. Like I don't like people like that. That shit is creepy. Look, when I split the deck, the Chariot and the Judgment card. Judgment is being called, and the Judgment card is here anyway. And I haven't shuffled yet, but I just split the deck. Like, it's time to go. Like, it's forward movement. The Chariot is forward movement. Like, through all this negativity, you're going to find your footing, and you're still going to be that pillar of light. This person cannot dim your light, because they don't have nothing else the fuck to do. If you're not going to heal, you're going to be negative, just a negative Nancy, so to speak. Look, illumination and the 8 of Swords. This person's being called out for what they do. This person is being reprimanded by the Most High. Okay, so that's the advice, is for you to stay in your lane. Leave off of what doesn't concern you for the last time. Okay? Look at that. This person gets ideas. This person watch a movie. What I got from this with the Page of Swords and the 7 of Cups, this person watches you. This person observes you. This is you. This person, keep your vibration high. You just keep doing what you're doing for the betterment of you. All right. Meditate. Keep your mind clear. Praying. Say your positive affirmations. You're being called. You've been, like I said, you've been needing that alone time. Flow like water. Keep your creativity flowing. You're going to be just fine. Maintain integrity. You don't have to get nasty. You don't have to get vile. It's not calling for you to do anything like that. Like, it's just, don't let nobody manipulate you. Okay? Don't let nobody use your light against you. Keep praying. Stay positive. And keep your boundaries up. Keep your distance. And it's not going to be easy. It's spiritual warfare right now. Rights. Copywriting is the art of persuasion. Learn how to craft words that speak to the heart of your ideal clients. That's what this motherfucker is doing to you. Copywriting. go live. Build an authentic relationship with your audience by hosting live sessions around your topic on social media. That could be how this person's studying with you. Collaborate. Business can be lonely. Find lucrative ways to collaborate with others to build both your brands. That could be the tool of trade. That could be what this person's doing. Especially if you're a person who's popular or just a public speaker. Like a funnel, so to speak. That creates a dynamic experience, and nurtures the prospects to become paying. She knows how to sell people. This person's a great salesperson because they got the gift of gab. Okay? So it ain't nothing to be scared of. It's just be ready because she coming with entities. And train. Exercise daily to keep your body and spirit strong, healthy, and full of energy. You need to build your business. You are this person's inspiration, just so you know. So it's distorted though. That's why you got to cut the cords. Sorry. Okay? But you got to be firm. The Strength card represents a person who's having a very difficult time and having the worst time, but still maintain poise. So don't jump out of your character. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Share. It was a little bit lengthy, but it was called for me to kind of go into this because it was very heavy energy, kind of decipher through that energy. And this person's a little too connected to this person is not your spirit. Okay, you have your own spirit. Okay, until next time.